Hopefully you've got your mind right. You've made a choice on what type of player you want to be today. You decide the passion, the energy, the level of execution, the physical and mental toughness you display. It is your choice. Today's a test of our character. It's a test of our culture. Some of you have been around here a long time. A lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, man. You make the choice how good you want to be. Did it, outside arm, outside arm. I want it for you. The only way we get that done is you go really hard. Every day, I don't care how many games you win, how many you stay humble, you stay hungry, you keep getting better every day. Okay, that's what really good players do and good teams do. How about those knives?
What's Coach Parker like?
Coach Parker.
It's tough, to say the least.
Oh, strength and conditioning, that's no joke.
Where y'all at, Crayon? Where y'all at? What set is this? Crayon, man, you can't touch your chest. I'm gonna put that block on you.
Since I've been here, I've gotten so much stronger, so much faster. You know, and that's all credit to Coach Parker and his staff. You know, I feel like we got the best strength staff in the nation.
Strength conditioning is off the charts. I remember when they, the first year they came in, you know, they was telling us like we're pretty underdeveloped, and I always wonder how they was gonna fix that. But now, you know, I look at my body every day in the mirror and see how I'm doing, and you know, when it comes to, you know, our sprint, our 40-yard test, jumping, vertical jump, bench test, squatting. And that's not a question anymore.
Well, everybody knows how it is in New Jersey. It's a grind, man, and it's great going to work with him every day and the rest of the guys. Those guys get you right and get you strong and ready to play in the Big Ten, man.
I remember when they came in, I was like 198. Then I bulked up to like 225, and then I was at 233, and like my body mass was down, so it really helped me out.
Side raiser for 30. Then dumbbell rear delt, same number.
Oh, Coach Parker, he's somebody that you're gonna love and hate each and every day. You're gonna love him more than you hate him, though.
He wants the best out of you every single day. He talks about it every single day, stresses attitude and effort. That's the only thing he wants. And if you give him that, he'll break his back for you.
He pushes you to places you never thought you would be able to go by yourself.
Push back more, Max. Better up.
Real hard-nosed guy, but, you know, lovable coach. You know, you can speak to him about anything, but he's gonna push you, you know, get everything that he can out of you, you know, to be the best that you can be.
Done. Purple band, growing, 25. Purple band. Yes, one set.
You know, we really get after it, but you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna make us better, because there's a lot of schools that don't do what we do, and that's what's gonna make us difference.
I can only say good things about the guy. I mean, you're gonna work when you're with the guy.
When your best is done, he wants you to give you even more. So having that type of strength and conditioning head coach is certainly beneficial to the whole Rutgers football program.
1, go. To right, to left. To right, to left. Nice, 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 nice.
This segment of the show is sponsored by RWJ Barnabas Health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Yvette Rooks, Chief Medical Officer for Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas Health Sports Medicine. Connecting with others is very good for our mental health. Giving a call to a parent, a kid, a friend to cheer up their day will make you feel better. So during this time, please connect with others and put a smile on your face.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Bruce Beck, along with the coach. Welcome to Our Football with Chris Ash. A great performer was once asked, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? His answer, practice. To me in broadcasting, when I talk to young kids, I always say, you need reps. For you guys, it's about game experience, and that's how you make progress, isn't it?
Well, it is game experience. You can't ever practice that or have a substitution for that. But we talk all the time about what it takes for a player to get better and improve. One, it takes great attitude and great effort from the player. It takes great coaching. It takes tremendous training. It takes a ton of reps, and it takes game experience.
Let's talk about some of your young guys. Isaiah Pacheco had 22 carries for 107 yards against Maryland. He's getting better every game.
Absolutely. I think he was put in the game and took advantage of the opportunity that he was given. And I think he showed and displayed the talent that he has and what he could potentially do here for our football team. And it's going to create more opportunities for him when he does that.
And the freshman from Vineland, New Jersey, also was seen in kickoff returns and punt returns. So he's very versatile.
And he's also covering kickoffs.
So he's doing a lot of stuff. And wasn't he a quarterback and a defensive back and did a little everything in high school?
He did a little bit of everything, and that's why we really fell in love with him, because we saw his position versatility from his high school film, and we knew he could do a number of different things, and we really wanted him to be an outstanding tailback, and I think he's shown that he can become that, but he's doing a lot of other things for our team right now.
Trey Sneed, he is a sophomore. I look at him, and he came off the bench in this game, 6 straight rushes in a 13-play, 62-yard touchdown drive. What'd you see from him?
Same thing. He took advantage of an opportunity that he was given on Saturday and did a great job with it, and we'll see what that does for him also. It should probably create some other opportunities, but Trey is just a guy that shows up every single day and has continued to work and waiting for his opportunities.
Mike Tverdoff, I look at him, he's getting better each game also, and some of the blame went on him early in the season. He just picked right up and went right back to work.
You know, Mike Tverdoff, I absolutely love him. I can't say enough good things about him. I think we've talked about him before. I wish we had a football team full of Mike Tverdoffs in terms of his heart, his toughness. He did, and it gave us great field position. Unfortunately, we didn't capitalize on it, but players to play, and I'm just so excited about him. He's not perfect right now, but he's making plays. He's getting better because he shows up and just works every day.
He's got 19 tackles and 3 sacks, so he's making things happen out there.
Absolutely. You know, he's one of those guys that he may make a mistake, but he's going to make up for it by making a big play that can make a difference in the game.
How about Avery Young? The pressure on a defensive back is really high when you're a freshman and you're back there, and he's doing a solid job.
Right now he's doing more than a solid job. He's really improved since his first start against Ohio State. He got baptism by fire, so to speak, in that game, but he has steadily improved and improved and improved, and he had some really good plays on Saturday.
He's from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. He had 6 tackles, and he also had a tackle for a loss in that game. So when you see the productivity, is that stuff you've seen in practice?
Absolutely. You know, what I really like about him is his physicality at corner. He's not just about wanting to go out and cover a guy. He's not afraid to mix it up in the run game. And just his attention to detail and really his care factor, he just keeps getting better and better every day because of it.
Zahir Lacewell, here's a guy who made his mark last week on special teams. Yeah. Is that the way to get to a coach's heart?
Absolutely. You know, the special teams does a couple things. One, it really shows the culture of your football team because you have a lot of individuals doing things they weren't recruited to do, which is covering kicks, holding guys up, blocking guys. And last Saturday, Kassan Ibrahim and Zahir Lacewell really did a great job on our special teams. They were our punt gunners. We did an excellent job. It's probably one of the best net punt games that we've had, and a lot of it had to do because of their coverage down the field.
What about Abraham in general? What do you see from him?
Same thing. He has been a punt gunner for us here a lot this year, but he's slowly gotten better and better and better, and he's understanding how to make plays, how to swipe guys, how to stack guys, how to time up the tackles, so to speak, at the junction point when a guy catches a ball. So it's just about his buy-in and his effort and his desire to get better in those phases.
And those 2 kids are from New York, one from Staten Island, one from Brooklyn. So when you see the local kids stepping up, does that make you feel good?
Well, I really don't care where they're from. I love the fact
as long as they make a play.
As long as they're stepping up and getting better and to help our football team, the fact that they're doing that and they are local players makes it that much more special, especially when their families can be around to watch them do that. But that's what we want to do. There are great players here in this area, and I think as long as we continue to build and get those type of kids in our program, there are going to be a lot of great days here.
Another freshman is Art Sitkowski, your quarterback, who struggled in the last ball game. How do you give him the opportunity to continue to play and say, I've got the confidence in you, you've got to have confidence in yourself?
It's just that, having those conversations, because the week before he threw for 270-some yards.
Yeah.
So he has done it. He had an off day last Saturday. There are a couple throws he would like to take back, but it's a team offense, and I understand that. He needs to understand it. Sometimes that's hard to understand as a young player, but we believe in Art. We have faith in Art. We're going to continue to go with Art and help him get better.
The quarterback always gets too much credit and too much blame. And when you're a young kid, you've got to learn that it's not easy.
It's not easy at all, and Art's going through that right now, unfortunately, but he'll be better off because of it.
What do you see from your team in terms of effort and attitude? Two things you pointed out after the game that you're very high on.
I thought the attitude going into the game was outstanding. I thought the effort during the game was outstanding, especially from the defensive guys. They took the field 3 different times deep in our own territory. Never flinched, never complained. They just went out and tried to do the best they could, and it was like that the whole game.
And being opportunistic is something going forward that you need to take advantage of. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. You know, our margin for error right now is very small, and when we get opportunities to make plays and change the game, we need to take advantage of them.
Still to come, we'll meet Bo Melton. We'll also preview the game against Northwestern homecoming this weekend on the Banks. More R Football with Chris Ash coming up in a moment.
Bo Melton, wide receiver. I'm a sophomore, and I'm from Egg Harbor City, New Jersey, South Jersey. I guess when I was younger, I watched my older brother play football, Gary Jr. I watched him play for Egg Harbor City Crusaders, and I just ran around the field doing the same thing he would do. Like, if he'll catch the ball, I got catching the ball, and that's when I started finding a love for football. Basically, when I got older, I involved myself more. Started playing when I was at least like 6 or 7, and when I got older, went to middle school and started playing for Egg Harbor City, so I started to love the sport even more. It's pretty easy. You know, a lot of people in my family played football. My dad played.
My older brothers got me in the game of football. We were at the dinner table one night, and they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said I wanted to be a chef like my mom. And they didn't like that, so they bought me my first football uniform, took me in the backyard, and jacked me up a little bit.
All my brothers play, some of my cousins play, so it was kind of like easy to kind of mix myself in there. Usually we would just always like do drills in the backyard, so the passion and love was already there for the family, so I just added on. It's kind of like a tradition, but I still had a love for the sport, not like I have to. I like love it myself.
Well, I was recruited at Rutgers first for basketball, believe it or not. My junior year, they came for basketball. Really didn't like basketball. I liked football more, so I had a lot of schools recruiting me, and one of the things that was said to me by Coach Dick Anderson, who was the head coach at the time when he came to the high school, was Penn State was recruiting me also, so it was kind of between Rutgers and Penn State at that time. And he said, do you want to play for Penn State or do you want to beat Penn State? And I kind of liked that. And so I said, you know, I think I'd rather beat Penn State. And, you know, I think my sophomore year, we ended up going up to State College and beating them there.
Really, it's like staying at home. I know a lot of people in New Jersey preach it, like stay home, stay home. I really wanted to do it. Like, you know, a lot of good athletes in New Jersey we had in my class.
The recruitment process was, you know, recruiting is recruiting. You know how it is. It's a lot of schools that were coming around. He was recruited by a whole bunch of schools. I forget the number at this point. Rutgers was the standard. And so when we did a little chart, Rutgers was the standard. If schools fell below that standard, then we didn't even consider them. And so when it came down to it, Obviously, he knows that we're Rutgers fans. We're Rutgers family. He's been to Rutgers as a child, you know. He's been to games as a child. So having been a part of the Rutgers family, Rutgers had a hands up on everyone. However, but it was his choice.
So I was in the car. I was sitting next to my mom, and I was talking to her about like my recruitment and stuff like that. And she was like, "Well, you know, my home school is," and we were just playing around, joking around. And I was like, "Well, Mom, I want to commit." And she kind of like slammed on the brakes a little hard, kind of hit my head on the windshield a little bit. And then she started going like crazy, like, "Bo, you're not allowed to do that." And started telling me stuff like, "Just don't do it because I said so." And I was like, "Mom, I think I really want to be home and put on for my home state." And that's a part where I was thinking about a lot in my recruitment. And I finally told my mom I was driving. She called my dad, aunts, family, the dogs, and everybody, as they knew.
So I was actually in Kansas City at a conference in Kansas City when he called me up, and he said, "Dad, I'm going to choose Rutgers." And so that kind of made my trip a little bit better.
For me, I want to stay home, put up for my hometown. It's better staying home, being a hometown hero, than just going away and being another person, like another number. But that's what I was preaching. We had a lot of in-state people stay, and just staying in Jersey is no other vibe. You know, a lot of Jersey club music, a lot of there's hype in New Jersey. Everybody wants a Jersey Shore. That's what they call us down here, but we're still like Jersey. It's nothing like Jersey.
Well, we were cool in front of him, you know, we didn't want to show too much. But then when we closed the door, we were high-fiving and jumping up and down saying, yeah, this is perfect. And I think it is an absolutely perfect fit for him. You know, we have family that come to all the games, you know. So it's been a great move for him, great move for the community down in South Jersey. I think that's a big thing, that we have to connect the state, make sure that everyone knows that we're New Jersey, not North and South and Central, but we're all one state. And I think he had a big hand in unifying that state.
It means a lot to me, really, to maintain a legacy. When my mom and dad went here, it was like, when I was at home, they was like, "Oh yeah, Rutgers is a great school," and all that and stuff. And I was just thinking like, yeah, for like I can maintain a legacy, why would I go somewhere else? And they would just tell me sometimes, they would never force me, they would just tell me like, yeah, Rutgers is a good school, I'll always be up here. And so when I finally made the commitment to come here, it was like a legacy I had to maintain, and it's fun. It's really not any pressure or anything. It's just playing out, having fun, and maintaining a legacy. It's just something you and your family always have, and I just feel good having one.
It's emotional. It is. It's very emotional to see him in the uniform and running, you know, down the same field I ran down and through the same tunnel, and you know, it's pretty emotional. It brings tears to your eyes to know that, you know, you have a son that is kind of following in footsteps. But I always tell him, don't follow in my footsteps. You're supposed to move on from where I left off. So he's kind of took that mantra and is doing better than I ever did.
The R Play of the Game is sponsored by Nissan. Intelligent Mobility. The Intelligent Mobility play is definitely on one man this week. That's Mike Tverdoff. He did a little bit of everything in this play, Chris.
He did a great job in the pass rush. He got the sack, caused a fumble, and he recovered it. So he did everything you'd hope a defensive lineman would do in that situation. That's just the way Mike is right now. He just goes really hard. Good things happen to people that do that.
Maryland with the ball, 2nd and 5 from their own 30, and Mike just takes it upon himself to make something happen.
He did, and it gave us great field position. Unfortunately, we didn't capitalize on it, but he did. He made a great play, one that was was needed in that moment and gave us an opportunity.
It's funny because you always talk about the team concept, but you still have to make individual plays within the confines of that order.
Absolutely. It's all about the one-on-one battles within the team that win and lose games. And right now, Mike's doing a great job of winning more of his one-on-one battles.
This game preview is sponsored by highpoint.com. This weekend, the Scarlet Knights take on Northwestern here at highpoint.com Stadium. It's homecoming. First of all, how excited are you about that?
Very excited about that. Homecoming is always a special event, special day for former players, alumni, and people to come to our campus and watch us play.
What are you looking for from your fans, and how supportive do they need to be of your football team?
Well, we're playing a very good Northwestern football team, and anytime you play a good football team at home, you need an environment, you need fan support to be on your side to help you win those games.
Northwestern has some playmakers. It starts with their quarterback and that wideout. Flynn Nagel had 12 grabs for 220 yards last week, and that amazing come-from-behind victory in overtime over Nebraska.
They're a really good combination right now. I've known Clayton Thorson for a long time. I recruited him out of high school, watched him develop throughout his career. He's playing at a very high level right now. He's spreading the ball around a lot. Flynn got a lot of those receptions on Saturday. He's a guy who's just always in the right spot. He's got great hands. He makes the contested catches and is playing at a high level along with Clayton right now.
How important is it for you to kind of make a statement here in front of your fans this weekend?
Well, it's important for us to go play our best football, and we've yet to do that, and that's our focus, and that's what we're really trying hard to do. We're practicing really hard to improve in the areas that we need to improve on, and all in an effort to go out and play our best game. And that's the statement that we want to make.
Get your body right, warmed up, get your mind right. Different mindset, right, John? You know it can happen faster now. It's time to get better, man. Come on, Jason.
Hey, good pad level, good knee bending eyes. Come on, come on, come on. Push yourself, let's go. Let's get rolling, let's go. Square, shoulder square, hips down. Change the angle of your knee and try. Here we go. Grab the ground, squeeze it with the right toes. That's it. Good.
Grinding is what you do during the week. How do you make it happen on Saturday for some of the stuff that you love to see in practice?
Yeah, that's the good question. If we had that answer, we would have done it already. It's just continuing to work and continuing to fight and trying to develop the discipline that we need to go out and do the job that we need to do on Saturday.
Coach, good luck on homecoming.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Bruce.
That's it for this edition of Our Football with Chris Ash. We'll see you next week, everybody.